Okay, so you know that feeling when you're like all prepped for a big interview, you've got your, best outfit picked out, your resume is all perfect.
Hmm.
But then there's that one question that just makes your
Oh,
stomach like,
totally.
oh no,
Yeah.
tell me about yourself.
Mm. Yeah, it's
No.
the worst.
It is. And so you sent over some stuff on how to really nail this part of the interview.
Right.
We've got a video by Dan Lok. He's like this business
Oh,
coach
yeah, he's great.
who really breaks it down like from a CEO's perspective.
Yeah.
So we are going to deep dive into all of this. So
Awesome.
you are ready to just knock it out of the park when you go into your next interview.
Love it.
So,
Well, I think what's really interesting is that Look points out just how important those first few minutes are.
oh yeah.
There's all this research showing that a lot of hiring managers actually make up their minds super quickly.
Oh, really?
So how you handle that opening statement can really be make or break.
Oh, wow. So no pressure, right?
Right.
But seriously, it makes sense. You want to grab their attention immediately
Mm-hmm.
and give them a reason to keep listening.
Absolutely.
I know I've been in those interviews where you hear that question
Oh, yeah.
and suddenly it's just like
Total blank.
blank slate. Nothing's there.
And that's exactly what Look says trips people up.
Yeah.
They think it's about like reciting the resume,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh.
like a chronological history
Yeah.
of their entire work life.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is he kind of flips the script
Yeah.
and says it's actually a chance to sell yourself.
Oh. Subtly, of course.
Subtly, right? Like you're not being
Yeah.
like a used car salesman, but
Exactly.
you are trying to get them to buy into you.
You are selling yourself.
Yeah.
You're selling your skills, your value.
So it's more like, forget my cat's name, tell me why you need me in your team. That's it.
Got it.
He's all about focusing on the value you bring and how you can solve their problems.
I like that because you go from I was born in this year to here's how I can help you achieve.
Exactly. Your goals. And to make it even easier, he's got this framework.
Oh, I love a good
He
framework.
calls it the 3S formula.
Okay.
Success, strength, and situation.
I love it. Love a good formula.
Easy to remember.
Let's break it down.
Great.
First up, success. What does that mean?
Okay, so Looks suggests starting with a phrase like, I have been, or my background is,
Okay.
and then launching into a specific accomplishment that demonstrates your skills.
Okay.
And the trick is to connect it directly to what the company does.
Oh, okay. I see. So let's say you're applying for a social media manager role.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just saying, like, I've been doing social media for 5 years, you'd say
Right.
something like, I have been helping companies grow their online presence through targeted social media strategies for the past 5 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're already highlighting how your experience aligns with their needs.
Got it.
And to make it even more impactful, you want to quantify your successes whenever possible.
Quantify. Okay.
So instead of just saying you grew their audience,
Yeah.
give concrete numbers.
So you might add something like, and in my previous role, I implemented a new strategy that increased our clients' Instagram following by 40% in just 6 months.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Now you're not just telling them what you did, you're showing them the impact you made.
Okay.
And you're doing it in a way that resonates with what they care about.
Yeah.
Results.
Results.
Bottom line.
Okay. Success check.
Yeah.
Next up is strength. What's the magic phrase for this one?
He suggests using my strength is, or my real strength is,
Okay.
followed by a description of your unique skill set.
Okay.
But remember, it's not just about listing your strengths.
Right.
It's about connecting them to the specific needs of the role and the company.
Okay, so for a social media manager, you might say, my real strength is understanding how to tailor content to different platforms to maximize engagement.
Yes.
I've found that what works on Instagram might not work on LinkedIn, and I'm always adapting my approach to get the best results. You've highlighted a specific skill that's directly relevant to their business and showcased your ability to think strategically
Yes.
and adapt to different situations.
Exactly.
Okay, 2 S's down, 1 to go.
Right.
What about situation? This one sounds a bit trickier.
This is where you bring it all together.
Okay.
You've showcased your successes and your strengths. Now it's time to link them directly to the company's needs and the specific role you're interviewing for.
Okay.
His phrase for this one is, what I'm looking for is.
Okay, so you could say something like, what I'm looking for is a company that's passionate about growing its online community and embraces innovative social media strategies. A company that's willing to experiment and push boundaries. And from what I've learned about, company name, this seems like a perfect fit.
That's a great example.
Oh, good.
You've taken your successes and your strengths and shown how they directly align with what the company is seeking.
Okay.
You've also subtly turned it into a question, which shows that you're not just talking at them, you're engaging them in a conversation.
I like how this keeps the focus on what the company gains by hiring you.
Exactly.
It's like you're answering that unspoken question from the hiring manager's perspective.
What's in it for me?
Yes.
Exactly.
What's in it for me?
And you're doing it in a way that's confident, concise, and memorable.
Yeah.
But there's another crucial piece of the puzzle that he emphasizes.
I bet I know what it is. Practice.
You got it. You got to practice.
He stresses that this formula isn't a magic spell.
Right.
You can't just scribble it down on a napkin 5 minutes before the interview and expect it to work.
Now,
You have to practice your answer until it feels natural and authentic.
it's like preparing for a presentation.
Yes.
The more you rehearse, the smoother your delivery will be, and the more confident you'll feel when the spotlight's on you.
Exactly. It's about internalizing the framework so you can use it as a guide, not a script.
Yeah,
You want to sound conversational and genuine, not robotic or rehearsed. Right. You don't want to sound like you're reading a teleprompter.
exactly.
You want to come across as like you really mean it.
Yes, authentic.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Okay, so we've got our formula down. We're practicing our pitch. What about those pre-interview jitters? Any tips on how to stay calm and collected when the pressure's on?
Think of it like having a roadmap,
Yeah.
where you're going, but you can take different routes to get there.
Oh, that makes sense. So we've got our formula down. We're practicing our pitch. But what about those pre-interview jitters?
Yeah.
Like any tips on how to stay calm and collected when the pressure's on?
Yeah, mindset plays a huge role here. It's easy to get caught up in the nerves,
Mm-hmm.
but remember, they invited you for a reason.
Oh, that's true.
They see something in your application
Yeah.
that aligns with what they're looking for.
So it's not like they're out to get you.
Right.
They're really trying to see if you're a good fit.
Exactly. Think of it as a conversation, not an interrogation.
Oh.
It's a chance to connect with another human being and explore a potential partnership.
Yeah, and even if you stumble a little bit or you feel flustered,
Right.
don't let it derail you. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone makes mistakes. It's
Yeah.
how you recover that matters.
That's such a great point. I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves
Yeah.
to be perfect.
Yeah.
But interviewers are looking for authenticity too.
They want to see the real you.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they're also invested in finding the right person for the role.
that's true.
So in a way, they're on your side.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
They want you to succeed. They want to see you shine
Yeah.
and demonstrate why you're the best candidate.
Mm.
Now, one thing that Look doesn't really delve into too deeply, but I think is crucial, is the importance of asking insightful questions during the interview.
Yes, this is something I wanted to touch on because it's so easy to get caught up in just answering their questions.
Right.
But asking questions shows them that you're engaged and genuinely interested.
It also shifts the dynamic from a one-sided evaluation to a more balanced conversation.
Okay.
It shows that you're not just passively waiting to be judged, but actively seeking a mutually beneficial partnership.
And it's a chance to gather information too, right?
Of
To
course.
figure out if it's actually the right fit for you.
Exactly. It's a
Okay.
two-way street.
Yeah.
You're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you.
Yeah.
So what kind of questions should you be asking?
Well, I think it depends on the role in the company, but some good starting points might be, what are the biggest challenges the company is facing right now? How does this role contribute to the overall goals of the team?
Those are great examples, and don't be afraid to ask about things like company culture, work-life balance, or even what the interviewer enjoys most about working there.
That's so important. It's about getting a sense of what it's actually like to work there,
Yes.
not just what's in the job description.
And sometimes the questions you ask can reveal more than the answers themselves.
Oh.
You can get a sense of the company's priorities, their values, how they treat their employees.
Okay.
It's all in there.
So the takeaway here is don't be afraid to ask questions. It shows that you're curious, engaged, and genuinely invested in finding the right opportunity.
Absolutely. Now, while the 3S formula is a great starting point, you might be thinking, does this approach work for every type of job?
That's a great question. What if you're applying for a more technical role where hard skills are paramount?
Right.
Does this formula still apply?
It absolutely can. While you might want to tweak the emphasis slightly,
Okay.
the underlying principles still hold true. You still want to highlight your successes, your strengths,
Yeah.
and how they align with the company's needs.
So for a software engineer, for example, instead of focusing on general achievements,
Right.
you might delve into specific projects where you demonstrated your coding expertise or problem-solving abilities.
It's exactly. You might say something like, I have a strong background in developing complex software solutions in my previous role. I led the development of a new mobile app that streamlined our customer onboarding process, resulting in a 25% increase in user adoption within the first quarter.
Wow, that's a great example of how you can tailor the formula to fit a more technical role. You're still focusing on achievements and impact, but you're framing them in a way that resonates with the specific requirements of the job.
And you can still highlight your strengths, but again, make them relevant to the role.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I'm a great communicator, you might say, my strength lies in collaborating effectively with cross-functional teams to deliver high-quality software on time and within budget.
So it's really about adapting the formula to fit the specific context of the interview.
Precisely, the 3S formula is a flexible framework,
Okay.
not a rigid script.
And I think one of the most valuable things about it is that it helps you structure your thoughts and present yourself in a clear and compelling way.
Absolutely. It gives you a roadmap to follow so you can feel more confident and prepared when you walk into that interview room.
Yeah.
But remember, confidence isn't just about what you say, it's also about how you say it.
Oh, that's so true. Body language, eye contact, tone of voice.
It's all part of it.
All of these things contribute to the overall impression you make. And I
Yes,
think that's where practice really pays off.
It does. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that comfort will translate into confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're confident, you're more likely to come across as authentic, engaging, and memorable.
And isn't that the ultimate goal?
It is.
To leave a lasting impression and convince the hiring manager that you're the perfect fit for the role.
Exactly. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive into nailing that tell me about yourself moment,
Yeah.
I want to emphasize that while the 3S formula is a valuable tool, it's not the only thing that matters.
Right. It's important to be prepared,
Yes.
to practice your answers, and to have a clear understanding of your value proposition. But it's also about being yourself, being genuine, and letting your personality shine through.
Because ultimately, hiring managers are looking for more than just a set of skills and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for someone who's a good cultural fit,
Mm-hmm.
someone who's passionate and enthusiastic, someone who they can see themselves working with day in and day out.
So as you prepare for your next interview, remember that it's not just about reciting a script or ticking boxes.
It's about connecting with another human being,
Yeah.
showcasing your unique talents, and demonstrating why you're the best person for the job.
And sometimes that means going beyond the formula and letting your true self shine through. You know, as we've been deep diving into all this interview prep, it's made me realize that finding the right job
Yeah.
is about so much more than just getting the offer.
Absolutely.
It's about finding a place where you really fit in.
That's such an important point. You
Yeah.
know, it's easy to get swept up in the whole job search frenzy
Yeah.
and just want to land a position, any position.
Right, just anything.
But it's crucial to remember that you're not just looking for a job. You're looking for a place where you can thrive.
Exactly. And that's where asking insightful questions comes in again.
Yes.
It's not just about what they can offer you,
Right.
but also whether their culture, values, work environment aligns with what you're looking for.
It's a two-way street, remember.
Yeah.
You're evaluating them just as much as they're evaluating you.
Right.
So don't be afraid to dig deeper. Ask those questions.
Yeah.
That will give you a real sense of what it's like to work there.
What are some questions that you think can really help uncover that fit factor?
I always encourage people to ask about the company's biggest challenges.
Oh, okay.
This can give you some insight into the types of problems you'll be tackling and whether those are things you're genuinely interested in.
Yeah.
You can also ask about opportunities for growth and development within the company.
Oh, okay.
Do they offer training programs, mentorship opportunities?
Mm-hmm.
These are all signs that they're invested in their employees' long-term success.
Those are great questions. I think it's also perfectly acceptable to ask about company culture and work-life balance.
Absolutely.
You know, what's the team dynamic like?
Yeah.
How do they foster collaboration and innovation?
These are all things that can have a huge impact on your day-to-day experience.
Right, because it's one thing to have the skills and the job on paper.
Right.
But if you don't mesh with the culture, then
Yeah, it's not going to be a good fit.
you're not going to be happy.
And don't be afraid to trust your gut feeling.
Ooh.
If something feels off during the interview,
Mm-hmm.
if the answers you're getting don't align with your expectations,
Yeah.
or you just get a sense that it's not the right environment for you,
Yeah.
then it's okay to walk away.
That can be so hard to do, though.
I know it is.
Especially when you're like in the midst of a job search and you just
Just want something.
want something. But it's so much better to hold out for a company that truly aligns with your values and aspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, you have unique talents and a valuable contribution to make.
Mm-hmm.
Don't settle for anything less than a company that recognizes and appreciates that.
I love that. So to wrap up our deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
I think the key takeaway here
Mm-hmm.
is that while preparation and strategy are so important,
Yes.
finding the right job
Yeah,
is ultimately about finding the right fit.
it is.
It's about aligning your skills and passions
Yes.
with a company that shares your values and supports your growth.
It's about finding a place where you feel excited to contribute,
Mm-hmm.
where you feel valued and respected, and where you can genuinely see yourself making a difference.
With the insights and strategies we've discussed today, you'll be well equipped to navigate that journey
You got this.
with confidence, clarity, and a deep understanding of your own worth.
Go out there and rock that interview. We're cheering you on every step of the way.
And until next time, keep diving deep.
And keep learning.
Yes, we'll see you next time.